In this video, I'd like to talk about a recent project that I carried out and answer some questions pertaining to it. The first question is, what problems did you plan to solve? One of the aims of this project was to learn about the mechanisms of quercetin and how it acts in the body. I also wanted to learn about the indications and contraindications of this molecule, as well as about the regulations surrounding quercetin in Ontario. So the first domain that I'd like to talk about is history. So quercetin has been used for a long time for symptomatic relief when someone experiences allergies. It's a potent anti-inflammatory and it's used to treat a variety of conditions since it acts as an anti-inflammatory. It suppresses a variety of enzymes that are involved in inflammatory processes and even suppresses the release of an inflammatory molecule known as histamine. By acting as an antioxidant and scavenging free radicals, it can be used in a variety of inflammatory conditions, such as heart disease, for example. Since this molecule has so many beneficial properties, I chose the theme of anti-oppression in order to illustrate the importance of educating the world and sending out knowledge about this molecule to layman people or individuals that don't really understand the mechanism of action of this powerful and potent molecule. Some ways to spread this information can be the news, the radio, and even the social media. You get the idea. The goal is to reach everyone with this powerful information. The next domain is professionalism, and this includes self-directed learning in order to fill any gaps that you may have in your education. Because the goal is to always grow and always continue discovering new things. And this includes something like quercetin, which is a powerful molecule that has beneficial properties. But this can also include other compounds that can be used for a variety of conditions. So we always want to continue learning and implementing new strategies into our clinical practice so that we can become the best practitioners that we can. Me and my partner had to learn more about the license application and the prohibition of this molecule in Ontario. A license application is a form that has to be filled out when fabricating or distributing a certain compound. I had to use a variety of search engines and research databases to answer these questions, as well as the previous questions and objectives that I mentioned, which include learning about the contraindications, indications, and mechanisms of actions of quercetin and the regulations around it. And again, in order to answer my questions, I tried to use different ways of knowing, specifically research articles, incorporating evidence-based, research articles, but also trying to obtain different, worldviews so that I can obtain a broad perspective on the matter. So how will my practice or study change because of this project? Well, I actually don't really know. I think that knowing this information is useful because I did know previously that, for example, even something like chamomile has quercetin in it, and it's an antioxidant and it's an anti-inflammatory that can be used for like seasonal allergies, hay fever. So if my patients in clinic have these conditions, have seasonal allergies, have hay fever, I can recommend quercetin in a supplement form or using herbs that have this constituent in them. Some gaps are definitely finding information related to politics, which is not my strong suit, so I want to know how to be able to find information relating to politics and being able to access that political information. The next steps is to save my project for the future because it's useful to revisit it in terms of the flow of how to research information, because this is a skill that's very, very relevant. This project is useful because it will help with the flow in terms of how to access information, because we definitely had to go through it in this project. And also it will help me in the future if I have clients that are struggling with allergic reactions or like hay fever, seasonal flus, and they may benefit from this constituent. All in all, I enjoyed this project, especially learning about the pathophysiology of the molecule. I enjoyed less learning about the regulations surrounding it, but that's also really important, and that's something that I need to learn as well, not only about quercetin, but also about other herbs as well. Overall, I enjoyed this project, and I also like making YouTube videos because it gives me a platform to share my knowledge with the world. In fact, if I gain new information, if I access new information, I can share that information with other people. And that again goes with the domain of anti-oppression, being able to share my knowledge that I gained in a very clear way so that others understand it. And yeah, I enjoyed this project, and I hope to have a new opportunity in the future.